Well, ladies and Germans, how you all doing? This is Conoric.
And I'm Ringru. Hello, hello, hello.
And folks, this is a new week. This means there's more SD to be had. And the first of two games this week, don't miss the Thursday game, by the way, is going to be a nice little 1v1 on Cheux, a map we have seen so many times. So, Rang, what are these guys up to?
Well, on the left-hand side in blue, we have player playing as the 2nd Infantry Division. And on the right-hand side in red, we have ourselves Gonzo, and of course he's playing Rintown. It wouldn't be a Gonzo match if I'm playing Rintown.
Yeah, but even get something like an Infantry Division of the 2nd, I don't know if I really relish their chances.
Yeah, I mean, 2nd's got the A-face Shermans, which are really deadly against the Panzer IVs. They also got 76mm guns, which is perfect on a map like this. And it's always funny, we've been seeing Gonzo on this map quite a few times, and this is pretty much the worst map for goddamn Rintown. It's not a good map.
Yeah, but I think, you know what, I think he sees open fields and he thinks, the symbol of my division is a greyhound, therefore it must be good.
It's like running to the races, it just gotta find a rabbit. I guess the rabbit in this case would be like, I don't know, the M4 Sherman.
Well, he's certainly not pulling it out of his hat, that's for damn sure.
No magician.
But as you might expect, the Americans, of course, are going to make a big push for that town. You know, to the north, the Germans are making their own push. Now, we've spoken about the fact that there's 76mm guns as a possibility for the Americans. Now, does it look like they brought any of those out early? It's
like
57
both,
to the north.
yeah, and 57 to the middle. This is the 57mm, which is still good enough to knock out those Panzer IIIs. Just don't have the added range bonus.
Or added penetration. I mean, not that you need the extra penetration, but now I'm always confused whenever the Vintown opens up with a pack against an infantry division. Like I understand, I guess, to a certain degree, maybe you're trying to play against that early Sherman, but you have to know the Americans are not coming out of that town.
Yeah, I think it's really just a last stand defensive measure, and also there's nothing else really good. AT rise for Rintown early on, especially for a cheap price. Maybe Panzer Strikes, but yeah, I mean that Pack 38's not going to do much anyway. He's going to miss first shot, and the Sherman's just going to blow him up.
Well, thank you for that wonderfully, unbiased viewpoint there, but you're probably right regardless. I do like the fact that we do have a Panzerwaffe to the north, so that little piddly setup of Americans is going to get blown to shreds.
It's a good choice, as if he can, get a bit of luck and find the AT guns, the Panzerwaffe can worth him out of existence, allowing him to move his Panzer divisions forward, but his half-track, is it going to get zooked? Yes, it does.
Yeah, and I wish I could be surprised by that, but spot troops are coming on, it is going to prevent that from happening again. 250, Mark 8 is going to do some nice long-range discouragement there as well.
Yeah, I think that was really just a sacrificial half-track to see if there was, anything that could blow it up. And in fact, there was something, that could blow it up.
Now, I am surprised. The Germans see nearly nothing right now. The spot troops are kind of hunkering down forwards, but regardless, it's only the Marauders that can be seen, which is a devastatingly poor place to be in when you are an attacking division.
This is really good headway for Gonzo. I mean, if he can exploit up north and, do his thing, he may be able to, maneuver around and hit south. We are seeing that M7DD being brought in, and that's a bit of a pain in the arse, as even though it can't really kill any of the tanks, it can harass him at long range.
Very true. Now, actually, I'm kind of curious to see where this first couple... Okay, the P3, they were aiming south towards that leader unit. I can understand that, and I don't think that a single unit of infantry is going to be enough to stopgap this attack. I actually think I'm a little more concerned about the fact that the 57mm was allowed to fire unmolested at that Panzer.
Yep. And Panzerwaffe firing a little bit too late, and sometimes with a Panzerwaffe, sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss completely, and you almost killed the AT gun. Almost.
Strange. Actually, I'm not showing any impact craters at all.
With the Panzerwaffe to the middle.
Oh, to the middle. Okay, I'm sorry. I was looking at that northern AT gun. I was like, that makes zero sense to me. But all right.
Yeah, the middle one barely got out of his life, and Gonzo pretty much just lost his entire northern push.
Yep. Honestly,
Yep.
if I were the Americans, this is now when I start to aggress toward the south, even if it is just to seize that arterial coming southeast out of the city.
But it's not looking good. It's the problem with Rin Towns. You have a few very delicate units, and you can't really afford to lose them. And player just managed to play his position correctly and use AT guns to great effect.
Yeah, who would have figured that would have happened?
Mm-hmm.
It's always so weird for me, by the way, to see the M7DD. Like, I'm
Yeah.
expecting a little bit more range than that 1200, but it's still quite enough, isn't it?
Yeah. I think if they aimed to gun upwards a bit more, they could probably hit 2.4 kilometers at least.
Yeah, but that would increase the powder charge, and you know what? The
Yeah.
M7DD is very, very sensitive about its weight, so...
Yeah. I mean, it's already got 250 cals on there. It's kind of grown them up a little bit.
Yeah.
Man machine guns.
He's got some big old brass bullets coming on out.
Two giant old knockers ready to spit some lead.
Yeah, plowing
Yeah.
the fields as they were with death.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of other infantry material coming on out for the Americans. Not too much, just kind of a dash here, a dash there. Another MC7DD brought down to the south. I don't know necessarily that player really needs to hold on to that. I think right now what he's got is more than enough to really make an attack. He's just, I think, cheating himself out of it.
Yeah, I mean, he's starting to do the southern push now, as he's got the infantry moving up and the mortar just almost knocking out the Pack 38. It's just, with infantry division, he is a bit slower when it comes to those pushes, But he has the power. M4 is pretty much, top dog at the moment.
Yes, it is. And coupled with the ability to just start spamming out some riflemen here and there, that really should be more than enough to push back even the P-Grins. P-Grins, of course, on paper, are quite a bit stronger, I would say.
Mm-hmm. I'd say they're quite a bit stronger, I think that's a 100-meter fight. Yes, it is. So the riflemen do have a bit of an advantage in that, but 234 comes in to try to save the day, and M7DD also saving the day for the opposite side.
I think it's kind of ridiculous, too, that to a certain extent, that the MGs do not start firing if it's underneath a certain range. It's a minor gripe, but something I've always had an issue with. I don't know if I've ever brought it up.
It's balance reasons.
Otherwise, the Germans would just be wrecking every single
Yeah,
infantry engagement.
Pretty much. That's pretty much just the balance reason for that. Allies are good. Generally, they're regular infantry, so we're talking like regular infantry, riflemen, Panzer Grenadiers. Allies are better at closer range, while Germans are better at longer range. Which, I think makes sense. Those MG42s are pretty scary machine guns.
True, but the fact of the matter is, still, the Germans had more ammunition and actually had a lot more semi-automatics close up. So I guess I would always try to give the firepower, I would say, even close, probably to the Germans over the Allies. Actually, I probably would have reversed it, all things considered. I don't know.
Right.
I'm hindsight's 2020, and I'm just, from a distance, of course. 234 was very, very recently engaging that M7DT. That goes down. That actually does help out quite a bit, but I don't think he really has the chutzpah to stay tight.
Yeah. I mean, they need to get in rather close to penetrate the M7DD, and the light vehicles are going to get rather stunned up by the big 105, as you can see.
I'm not sure it's fair to say they just get super close. I mean, think about it. They have a 4 armor piercing against a 5 frontal. That's not too ridiculous. I just feel like he's got to at least put something on target, which he's just not doing.
Yeah. I mean, he's in a decent range now to penetrate, but there's nothing's really hitting.
That's what she said. Down below, of course, Ranger Marauders are getting ready to start going after that 232, who's going to chase back by the M4, and he's out of autocannon ammo as well. So it's up to this P3 to maybe... Oh, never mind, he's dead.
Yeah, and the P3s... It's really going to come down to these two P3s in the field, as if they can knock out the Shermans, and he could really...
It's not going to happen. Here comes the Ranger Marauder. He's going to get... Oh, wait, he's actually seeing them? No, he sees the Sherman. All right.
Ow.
Gonzo's going to be Dunzo. Really? You're still not going to fire?
I think he hasn't got it to open up fire again. Because if you do an attack move when units hold fire, it will stop onto some veins to shoot something.
Yeah.
but won't actually shoot. So this is a bit of a mistake from player. I can't understand right because look in the middle, Gonzo's making a bit of a breakthrough here.
Yes.
Panzer managing to do some damage, and if he can kill the DD.
Well, driver's knocked out. So you fire enough rounds at it, maybe it'll happen.
I think it may happen, but the other M7DD, he's putting down fire support. It's going to come down to a battle morale. P38 doing strafing runs. This is getting tight. Absolutely tight.
And I think we just lost a P3. Yep, P3 just went down courtesy of the Ranger Marauders. Yep. Ranger Marauders do die down to the south, but the damage has been done. That is 50% of that hefty firepower.
Yeah, but the middle push is working. I'm so surprised it's working. He's going to get the surrender on the M4 just barely, and it's really opened up the map now for Gonzo, and in the middle at least. His southern side's still extremely buggered, but it is he can work with this. He can work with this.
Well, this is when you rotate and play a Napoleonic kind of thing. You try to beat two armies, beat the one side, then curve back around.
Mm-hmm.
But of course that M10 might have something different to say about it, and considering we are into Phase B, I think it's hard-pressed to say that the Germans really get a big, hefty amount. Oh, never mind, Jagdpanzer.
Yeah, Jagdpanzer is definitely a good call, especially on this map, and especially against an M10. So, if he can keep that Panzer III alive in some of his light vehicles and not lose him, so he has something to hold on to the middle roof, and let the Jagdpanzer do most of the frontal talking, and talking, I mean shooting at 75mm gun at unwanted visitors, Gonzo should be able to pull us back a bit. I mean, he's losing in terms of points, and players still gaining that plus run.
Can we talk about the fact that there's an M3 command car that's leading like a bonsai charge towards a 234?
Yeah, he's trying to get the surrender, yeah, but this doesn't get close enough.
Which is pretty impressive. I mean, he was practically on top of that.
Mm-hmm. Imagine being surrendered by an unarmed vehicle. That would be very, very sad.
Ask the French. It was right there. Ranger Marauders down, marauding behind enemy lines, and actually with the way that this Marauder is coming into the south, I imagine we're going to see another victim for those light anti-tank troops.
Yeah. The M10's gonna knock out its 2-3-4-0. Unfortunately, Gonzo managed to pull back the Panzer III to a good hidden position behind a hedgerow.
He's not retreating, he's advancing in another direction.
Yeah, just reconsolidating his base,
Surprisingly enough, the M7DD does take out a half-track to the north, which is always so weird for me to see an HE value successfully take out any kind of armored vehicle, even if it is a half-track.
Yeah, because you never,
Oof.
Oh, that was really... What was he doing with the Panzer III? I was watching it happen, just like, why are you moving it? Why are you moving it? The Jagdpanzer's not here. That was really dumb. That was really dumb. I'm guessing that was a micro mistake, but that's a huge loss.
Yes, it is. But he is going to see... Okay. The attack move has been kicked on, and he's going to start looking, I think, to the north? No, I thought he was looking for that M7 for a second. Nope, he does see the M10. He's going to start creeping towards it. I believe massive attacks at it first. Inertia does creep, but I don't think this attack has that inertia.
No. He's definitely lost, a few... he's already lost Panzer III, a light vehicle, and also another light vehicle from earlier. I mean, his Panzer Grenadiers holding the front line pretty damn well. Panzer Grenadiers is... I mean, Rifle Squad's now a little bit close, so they're going to be a bit buggered. But, yeah. The P38 was a good fire support, yeah.
Yeah, here's a surrender. Here we go.
Yeah.
Jagdpanzer continues to kind of limp forward. He's not really trying to see a whole lot. In fact, he's just going to back away from the front lines. Probably a pretty good idea there. Opel Blitz is coming on in. Opel Blitz to the north, trying to resupply this Panzerwaffe.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought Gonzo had it for a bit. I thought he was just on the brink of success, just waiting to start pounding on through.
Yeah, but that's the problem with Rintown is that you cannot afford to lose anything. You're always 3 vehicles away from pretty much losing your purses. You don't really have much to reinforce with, and like I said, you can't really afford to lose anything. And that's really happened. And also, not being able to reconsolidate his southern side has definitely hurt him in the points game. I don't want to know outrange and marauders behind enemy lines on the southern side. That is in a lovely position.
True, true, and that martyr, though he did go and kill a command car, I don't think losing that would be an acceptable exchange in terms of value. But the Germans are trying to redeploy a little bit closer to the center part of the field, or at the very least, getting above this town, start pushing back that M4DD. And he's going to take out that half-track pretty quick, I imagine. Yep, there we go.
Yep. Good maneuver of the M4DD trying to hit the northern flank area of player's side, trying to hit Gonzo from the side. Yeah, it is. To try to pull some pressure away from the middle.
Actually, I do like this call-in by the ME-109. I was hoping really to see something a little bit more active, but I guess he's just going to back away? No.
Yeah, I think he doesn't want to risk it, because he's going to lose if player gets another P-38, which he can, is very cheap, only 125. Gonzo definitely like an anti-aircraft piece, I'd say, if he wants to safely engage any of player's aircraft.
It's worth noting, by the way, that even if the Martyr goes up against the Sherman, there's no guarantee he'll win because the Sherman's auto gun suspensors.
Oh yeah, the Shermans have stabilizers. You're completely right, Con. Thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah, one of us had to. Meanwhile, to the north, there's one lone Bazooka man kind of running around. But I don't think Bazooka Joe's really going to want to be where he is. I think we're going to have that getting iced pretty damn quick. Yep. One literal. I don't even think the machine gun ammo even moved on that.
Down he goes. I also want to know, Gonzo's got a second Messerschmitt, and he did manage to shoot down the P-38. So he pretty much has air superiority now, which is pretty damn good.
I was just entranced by the fact that this rifle squad is running back and forth like a cartoon. Burst of fire this way, they're going to run one way. Burst of fire the other way, they're going to go the other way. It's just back and forth and back and forth. But Gonzo has pulled it back. He's pulled it back to a 50-50.
I'm really, really surprised. I mean, cap in the northern side has definitely helped him quite a bit. And it's really all it comes down to is Jagdpanzer. He can't afford to lose his Jagdpanzer. Considering he has a Wolverine here as well as 76mm, that's going to be a rather dangerous customer. And if player is smart, he's just going to put the 76mm gun on hold fire and wait for the Jagdpanzer to get especially close before opening fire.
Oh, and that looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. Or maybe he's cheating it downwards? He's trying to go after that...
The 76?
No, he's cheating down that Jagdpanzer, so I cannot help but wonder if he's angling towards that Sherman.
Yeah. Gonna try and knock that out first. But the M10's gonna come around, and... Actually, no, the M10 won't really have...
It's not gonna have a great shot.
Good line of sight, yeah, so it's...
Tracks and wheels damage, Martyr gets the first shot, somehow.
Whoa, the stabilizers didn't save the...
Smoke went the wrong way, the smoke drops behind the tank. Very dramatic, I love it. Cinematic and everything, but that's not going to be enough.
Oh no, that's a good kill. I completely forgot about Namada down south, and
apparently so did the Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Worth noting, there's a 76mm down south, though, too. Unfortunately for that anti-tank gun, everyone knows that it's there.
Yeah. Which is not good if you're an anti-tank gun. The first rule of an anti-tank gun is not to be seen.
Exactly.
They could take some Monty Python lessons with that.
Ooh, and the Panzer Puffer is beginning to fire. Aiming for, as you might suspect, that 76mm. Gonna drop rockets practically on top of it. That should be the fifth one coming in. Ooh, wow. I'm probably not checking out that ballistics very well, but oof, that does take it out.
There we go. I wonder if he actually knew it was there or it was a blind fire, because that 76mm was purposely behind the hedgerows, so it had like a good line of sight blocker.
I think it's one of those things he knew. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. There's a 76mm to the south, and that's in a much more obvious position. I can't help but feel he's got to know there's something else there.
Yeah.
Also
he's doing his push.
Yeah, he is. It's worth noting he's trying to reclaim some of this ground. And I don't know what's going to happen necessarily, but he's got to get back at least 1%.
Yeah. I think his town push can work. There's not really much here apart from that 76mm. If he can knock it out, And these Americans are pretty much back because they have no real AT capabilities to deal with all these half-tracks and other vehicles. So getting the Marder really close into hand grenade range is never a good idea. That was a bit risky, but he's tracking along.
Well, if nothing else, he's going to be able to waste a hefty amount of the HE ammo of that 76 mil.
Mm-hmm.
And the Messerschmitts are all out after that P-38, and a whole mess of Messerschmitts is able to take it out.
Yeah.
Make it a one quick gun run at that 76 mil, maybe stress him out a bit. So a little bit of work done, just not a ton.
Oh, American's got a xylophone down south.
Ooh, sweet, sweet music. Oh, there we go.
Sweet music, and that's perfect calling for player. That will pretty much shut down all the infantry posts down south. In the middle, we're seeing the Jagdpanzer move. As he knows the 70, after killing the 76mm in the middle, he's trying to make some ground here, but...
That may be so, but what he's not doing is he's not able to find that M10. And not being able to find that M10 is a very, very bad thing going into Phase C. Because, of course, now we get some more tanks coming up off of the beaches, and, well, that ain't so pleasant to be dealing with.
Oh no, oh no.
However, the infantry to the north, we're getting a +1 over here for Gonzo. And if he can collapse this northern flank, which he's desperately close to doing...
He's making the run with the Opel Blitz Panzer Grenadier. There we go.
But that attack move means he's going to go after the rifle squad instead. And, oh, wait, oh my gosh, it's a 232 behind enemy lines. He was going after the xylophone for a second. He might get the command car. Sorry, the M3 scout car was exactly the same freaking thing when you think about it.
It's,
Oh, no, he's got the 76 mil in the flank, so that's going to be over pretty quick.
Oh, but he's managed to stress it out. But the 50 cal on the M3 scout car could be enough to stress the 232. Oh god. And what a crazy push here from Gonzo. And that would be a good time to kill that M3 scout car. It's just giving him bedlam. But the 50 cal saves the day, yo.
Yeah, but not before the Americans are isolated. And the other Panzerwerfer, he's looking for anti-tank guns, and he's going to pretty much pick this one up.
Yeah. Yeah, that has to finish off. Really? Oh!
He's going to be running back through fire.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
But through the fire and the flames, that guy carries on. The Jagdpanzer, by the way, has seen the M10, and the M10 is found wanting. 3, 2, 1... Falling back, that's, a fallback is as good as a kill, because now he's got another 200 meters of playtime. Oh, but he doesn't see it anymore.
Oh, now he sees it.
Now he doesn't? Now we do.
There we go. Damn. What a good set of kills there from Gonzo. I'm really surprised he's managing to pull this back.
Well, I feel like we're on the razor's edge right now. If a couple of very key engagements go either way, I feel like the entire map is just going to completely flip.
It's a Panther up north now, yeah. That's a pretty big...
That's a pretty big flipper. That's
pretty
a pancake.
big flipper. Yeah, you can. That's like a full-on... Like, you just put an all the pancake mix in the pan, and you're just gonna see the biggest pancake you can make.
Now, I realize, of course, the Ranger Marauders don't want to be seen. And they have learned from the Monty Python examples from before. And... Fire, you fool!
Which Ranger Marauder?
The one behind enemy lines that's been there for the last, 20 minutes.
Oh, damn.
He can have so many kills.
I think he's aiming for the perfect tank kill. Or
It could have been a Panzerwerfer.
Kill. Oh, I didn't see that.
The Panzerwerfer went beside it before, literally 20 meters, maybe.
That would have been a perfect kill. But
Yes, it would have.
Managed to reposition down south. All really thanks to that. There was a xylophone here, but the xylophone's no more. Did the xylophone shoot its rockets? I'm fairly
back to
certain
the west.
Did.
It did,
oh, okay.
But it did, and I think that's what stopped a lot of the German push.
Okay, yeah.
Jagdpanzer does take down the M7 to the north, but there's still an M10 there too.
This Ranger Marauder, is he going to go for the kill, or is he going to try to get a double ram even the Marder 3 and the Panzerwerfer?
Oh, that's one kill.
Yeah.
And at long last, they will go and try to clean it up. But, that's still going to be really hard to deal with. That's pretty much a knock-up blow, I would say.
Yeah.
And Jagdpanzer and the Panther are preparing to fire at the M10, but the M10 takes us out. That's game.
Ooh,
That's
yeah. Yeah, that's game, set, and match, right? Yeah, and that's the thing of Rintown. You're always like 2 or 3 units from completely losing everything. It's such a risky division because of that.
Yep, and now the Americans, with an M3 scout car that has no ammunition, so just might as well be unarmed, is he's going to make an end run after this Pigren, and I think it's going to be a little bit of an FU Faust. And that'll be, I think, game.
Maybe it's between like a Battlefield 1942 TNT charge rush. You know, throw the TNT into the back of the Cooper wagon and you drive into the enemy tank and kaboom.
Yeah, but I didn't think you could do suicide squads in this particular one.
I know, unfortunately you can't. I mean, they got the bog road, but that's, you know, it's pretty pants.
Yes, it is. But anyway, 631 to 87, the end score. KD is surprisingly similar. I keep feeling, though, yeah, that's what it was. Again, first 6 minutes, devastating towards the Germans.
Yeah, and somehow, like, Gonzo managed to pull that back. I'm still always... I know we always, like, going about Gonzo a lot, but he plays really fucking well. He's also a player. I also got to give player a good shout out, too. Because he managed to shut down Gonzo really well, good AT gun placement and putting pressure on the town.
Now, I will say the standout man of the match in my mind might actually be that M7.
Oh yeah, Mr. Davis. He pretty much, I think early on...
He slowed everything down to the north.
Yeah, he got a lot of those kills early on, which helps out. And yeah.
And every bit of killing is definitely hurting the German side. But yeah, pretty much an open and shut game, I would say.
Yep.
A little bit of seeing, a little bit of sawing. Actually, I think we have a trip-on-trip kind of thing, don't we?
Yeah, we have a trip-on-trip, so stay tuned for what that could possibly be, boy.
Exactly. So, folks, if you want to see more trips, we'll see you next fall, or at the very earliest, actually on Thursday. And for right now, though, I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangru. Take it easy.